Welcome back to Mohawk TV's 2012 Mohawk Council of Ganawage election coverage. I'm Jessica Deere, sitting in for Regan right now. And in studio, we're here with Kenneth McComber. Welcome to the show.
Howdy.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, it's my second term in office. I've been here for a while. I've done a lot of things. First of all, Kenneth McComber. I'm second term in office, 2 terms I've had. I'm married to Juanita Dion. We're married for 43 years. We have 1 child with 4 grandchildren. And I spend a lot of time in construction and in education. So I've managed to do a lot of things, and I bring it over here to see if we can go forward with a lot of these ideas that I have. And so far we've been lucky, and it's been good.
What have been some of the things you've done in the past 3 years?
Well, the past 3 years, one would be the working on the hydro file. You know, we did reach an agreement on one part, which was very good. Also CPR, which was good. And also within the last year, another thing for training was we had a heavy equipment operator course, and it's the first time that I was given in Quebec in English. And it took over a year to get this program together. So I was very, very proud that we finally got it. And some of these courses take time. They just don't happen overnight. And they should be finishing around November. And they'll be fully qualified, fully trained to go into other places.
So why are you deciding to run for office again?
Well, because I have projects that I'm on, they're in motion, and I want to see them completed. I want to see us get something. It's like, for an example, we talk about, okay, we need jobs. We know we need jobs, but what are we doing? So for the past year, my work takes me different places. I meet a lot of people all over the place. And for the past 6-7 months, it brought me to a point where there's a new employment for us in another area, and it's brand new for us. It will be in the working with the Canada Steamship Lines, and to get Aboriginal people to work in there. We were lucky because it was at a time with the Great Lakes, the shipping industry went down for a few years, but now there's an upswing, and there's a shortage of people. And so this is where we're putting it together right now. We're trying to do it. We already had one teleconference call to people that are involved in this industry. It's very big. We're just in preliminary stages right now. But part of it, what I do get out of it, is that people go on it, they work right away. They work 7 days a week. They work for 2 months and they're off for 1 month. And in the winter, they're off for 4 months. So what we're looking at is to give the youth an opportunity to explore, to go out there and to see different things. I'm not saying they're going to stay there forever, but at least what I'm trying to do is to give them opportunities. It didn't exist, and like I say, if they do go to work, it's 7 days a week, but it's only for 2 months, but everything's paid for, all their expenses. They don't lose any time. See, they're not longshoremen. They don't unload the ships. They keep the ship running, and it would operate from the Gulf of St. Lawrence to the Great Lakes. So I'm looking forward to this. So see, these are projects that are very big to get it going. And also too, Ganawage is going to be the lead site. And so I'm very, very glad with that one. I want to get it going. I want to sit. So I'm running for office again because I want to see these things complete. I see an opportunity where we can put young people to work. I want to do it. I don't want to just sit by and wait for it to go by, and what we should have or what we could have done, we're doing it. Mm-hmm. And I work with a lot of good people.
Well, you're one of the portfolio chiefs for education, right?
Yes.
So what have you done, I guess, in the past 3 years with that, or are you still interested in that if you're reelected?
Well, it would depend on what it brings, who's in office. I can't really say it right now. All of us are just doing our best to get back in, and we'll look at it at that point. But education itself, it's ongoing. We need education. I agree with it. I always promoted education. It's my background, and I've always promoted it because without the education, it's going to be very, very difficult for us to go forward. We have to have it. I believe in it totally that we should provide our youth with every opportunity there is to be successful.
Do you find it, I guess with all the drama, mm-hmm. if you will, that's currently going on with our education, would you be able to maybe comment on that, on how I guess there's been some criticism with like the MCK's involvement and.
No, well, our job really is, we are liaison. There's two portfolio chiefs there for education, and we are liaison. We don't get involved in the operations of the education system. However, our job is to oversee, because it's for the good of the community. And that's where we are. We did this right to the end, we're looking at it, and it was always with the people, with the parents, but they know, hopefully now, something will be resolved at this point. And that's what we're looking at, but that was always our position. You don't get involved in the operations. And a lot of times we were criticized for it, for not getting involved. There's times the MCK that, you're criticized if you do, criticized if you don't. So it's hard to stand back, but overall we oversee the entire thing.
What are some other areas that you're interested in?
Development, also with employment, the employment is big. We have to go beyond where we are at, and travels within the past year. I've made contact with the Cree and also with the Naskapi, with our neighbors to the north. They were down recently. Naskapi is another First Nations, and what they want to do is they want to set up a nation-to-nation trade, and this is what I'm interested in. If we can set up something like that, then will put us in a different position. We can do different things. There's things that we can do, and I want to do it. I just hope that we all get back in, and that there's people out there that are willing to work, and let's do it. Not just sit around and wait for all these cuts we talk about. We have to meet them head on and be ready for it. Don't wait for a cut to happen.
So speaking of, I guess, all the funding cuts and stuff like that, what would be your ideas to address funding shortfalls?
Shortfalls are all over. You have to look at a big picture. It's not just Kahnawake, it's worldwide. And so you have to start rethinking. Things that maybe you have done and taken for granted. It may not be there. It would not be a good move to stay too comfortable. So when you see opportunities, you should explore them, see if it's possible, like with the shipping industry. We can get people to work, we're doing it. It may be small numbers to start. We don't know where it's going to take us. And I believe if we can get nation to nation, we may go into other areas. As I know construction is very big. I know there's different things that are taking place over there, people that are making contacts, and it's an ongoing thing, because I know a lot of people in industry that are working up north. And one is there's another rail line that's being built, a second rail line, halfway to Shefferville, and then from there it's going to the Inuit territory up in Kuujjuaq. And so we're looking at there, what can we do? But I do know a lot of companies, major companies that are part of this. And so I want us to be part of it at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I guess so. In the past while, there seems to be a lot of criticism towards the current Mohawk Council in terms of, I guess, transparency or accountability. Do you believe you've been accountable?
If you know my track record, I go to work every day. I'm in early every day, and it's just a habit I've had since the day I started working. This was the council, so I bring to it the stability, and that I'm there all the time. It doesn't matter. I'm there constantly. And I just go in there, I try to get along and try to do my best for the community, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. What about in terms of the confidentiality agreement? You're one of the ones who signed it.
Yes.
I guess being in office, would you be able to describe, I guess, the difference between the confidentiality agreement and I guess how people presume it's this big secrecy thing?
No, it's not top secret. And but there's certain issues in there that you have to be sensitive towards, and sometimes if you answer too fast, it could affect something later on. See, it's just that you have to stop, think, and be cautious. That's all. It's not everything is top secret. I mean, sometimes you have neighbors arguing about a tree. It's just a tree, So it's not everything is held in secrecy. There's nothing really. A lot of times it's just day-to-day business. It's the town has changed a lot. It's not the same as when we grew up. The council was not there, and today it's a lot of administration. It's not what people know. I haven't seen anything yet.
Mm-hmm. So, what other portfolios are you currently on?
Hydro, CP Rail, the library is another one. And you have day-to-day things that happen in there where you meet people. And one thing that I do a lot is I work with pension plans, with people from the States, trying to draw their social security, or from Canada or Quebec or unions. I work with them and give them as much information as possible, and a lot of times I'll take people to the States and I'll help them with their paperwork and help them get through the process. What do they need well in advance? And it's a lot of times the people are not really prepared to retire. They just assume they get to a certain age and I'm going to get a check. No, there's paperwork has to be filled out, and I like that part of it too, because it's more personal. You're actually working with somebody, you take them, you go through the whole process, and after a while they're on their way.
Mm-hmm. Another project that I remember you've worked on was public transportation in Kahnawake. This pilot project.
Oh, my
for
blue
the
bus.
Yes, blue
Well,
bus.
we still call it the blue bus, yeah. I was glad, but it showed something. What we were trying to do, see, that was a project. First of all, we did a lot of surveys. Before we went into it, we wanted to make sure this is what the community needed or wanted, and based on all the surveys that we had, we said it was going to be a go. But also, too, with the council, with all the cutbacks, we didn't have the money. We had a bus, no money. But it was the business people in town that helped and paid for this thing. That's where I was glad. That's where I know that we can work together, council and business people, and it's time that we start working together. Even though be it a small project that went, I mean, I was disappointed when it wasn't successful. I mean, we tried everything. But it was, like I said, it's a pilot project, and it was paid. It didn't cost the town anything. Council didn't spend any money on it. It was the business people. We did it for 6 months, and we knew it was no longer feasible. So, but looking at the upside to it at the same time, somebody got enough experience driving where they work for the town right now. So it worked. Maybe we're not ready for it when I still see people with 2 cars in their driveways. Maybe we're not ready for a bus yet. Maybe tomorrow or another time it will be, but we still did it, and I'm glad we did it. Because the way I look at it, it's better to do something than to do nothing. Do it. It didn't cost, it didn't hurt anybody, but we tried it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess, I'm not sure how to ask this question, but what experiences or like, because well, you already have the experience of this past term, but other experiences that would make you a good leader?
Oh, geez. It's, well, I have a track record that one I can deliver. We went on just with an idea with the Aboriginal vocational training program, and we went from just an idea and we put this right into motion, and we had it, and we delivered. And today we have access to, we had it for 5 years. The program ended, but it's continuing. And we now have access to 26 trades and 6 different skills associated with it, which we never had before, with links with all over industry, different parts of the construction industry that we never had before. So when I do go, I look at something, I'll study it, and I won't let up. I'll keep on it, I'll stay on it until it's complete. And a lot of times it's just one small move at a time.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, not really.
Well, why should people vote for you?
Well, I don't know, I go win every day. No, but the thing is that I'm very concerned about the community, about the future. I look at the town, I look at my grandkids, and I say, where are they going? So I'm in a position right now where I have a lot of linkage off the reserve, on the reserve. I know people from different areas, and we can make things happen, and that's what I want to do.
All right, so thank you for coming on the show. With that, we have to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more of Mohawk TV's 2012 Mohawk Council of Kahnawake elections coverage.